Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Serious Strategy Gamer and this is Taskmasters, where every Tuesday I go up against other YouTubers to design ships in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Now this week our task is going to be a design by committee, and that means we all give input to the ship that we're going to design and we all need to adhere to all of the input parameters, but we have some leeway to design it ourselves and then we need to win with that ship in battle. So fittingly, the theme here is going to be that we are going to be playing as the Russians, the Soviet Union in particular. It's going to be 1920, so just post-revolutionary. We're going to design the new Soviet battleship to be going up against the most likely enemy, the British Empire. Slightly ahead of time, us, but we are going to go up against one battleship, one battle cruiser, 2 light cruisers and 2 destroyers. So they're going to have the numerical superiority here. I'm going to hit design ship and I'm going to explain what the design restrictions are. So we're going to design this as a politburo. So everyone is going to give one input, that is one restriction that needs to apply to all of the ship. Now Stealth 17, Comrade Stealth 17, he has dedicated that our ship needs to be of very long range, so it can go to workers all over the world and spread the world revolution. Spartan Elite43, he has dedicated that we do need to have 5 main gun turrets. We are completely free in choosing them, but they do need to be 5. And then Brother Monroe has dedicated that our ship must not exceed 55 million US dollar in cost. So we must be below 55 million in that category up here. I, on the other hand, have basically dedicated that all of our gun turrets must have a single caliber, because that is the way of the Soviet Union. There is going to be perfect equality here, and that also is applicable to gun calibers. So no 2 different gun calibers are allowed on the ship. That does mean no secondary guns, and only a single caliber of main guns. That's it. That's all of the restrictions that we need. So let's see whether we can make that ship work. I'm going to leave on... this time around, I'm not going to mess with these parameters on the left first. I'm going to actually go ahead and I think what we can do is I definitely would probably want at least many bulkheads. That much I know. But let's start here with the main guns and let's look at what we've got. So we can go up to 16 inches. That's a Mark 1. Yeah, 14 inches are going to be Mark 3. So they're going to be a little bit better. And I think they're actually going to be significantly better, because we need to keep in mind that we are going up against both light ships and heavy ships with these shells. So I think we shouldn't try to go super heavy, because that means we would be doing quite well against the battleship and against the battle cruiser, but the rate of fire would be so low that I think we'd be hard pressed to score a hit against any destroyer or light cruiser. So I think we're actually going to go with the 14 inches, especially since they're also Mark 3. I think they are going to offer a good balance here. Are we going to go 2 barrels or 3 barrels? Well, we do need to get 5 turrets, so we'll need to check. Right, let's briefly look at... Okay, so at 1,000 meters, we've got an 81 probability to hit with you guys. That is 69, so that's like 12% less. Scale that up, so that's roughly... 12 percentage points lost, that's a roughly 15% drop in accuracy. On the other hand, we are gaining 50% more barrels. On the other hand, we are also losing about 20% of our rate of fire. So I think all in all, they're going to be relatively comparable. I mean, it's a 35% drop in overall accuracy and rate of fire, but on the other hand, we've got 50% more barrels. Yeah, but I think the 2 barrels are going to be advantageous because simply they are going to weigh a little bit less. Right. We do need to fit 5 turrets on here by Spartan's design request, so I think that is probably what we're going to do here. Yeah, probably something like that. Let's then reverse this. I think going with this here was probably... not really going to fit. I mean, we can fit the main tower, but we couldn't fit the secondary tower then. How about this? Yeah, that's still pretty large. That seems to be a little bit smaller, doesn't it? I think these boats that are in the rear, they can basically go and be replaced by a secondary tower. That's too big. Too big. That just might be fitting. It might be. Okay, let's see whether that is going to work. Okay, I think overall that's an okay design already. Let's pick a funnel over here. I think before we do that, let's actually go up with the gear turbines. I think we do want to get to oil. Yeah, that doesn't cost us that much. Probably want induced funnels over here. Let's actually check that first. So let's suppose we put a tall funnel in there. That's only 62 engine efficiency. No. So what happens if we go to induced? That's probably going to be way too much. Yeah, that's more than 100. How about the tall funnel? 88. Maybe if we go down a little bit here on the speed. 25 knots. Yeah, that looks okay to me. 97% engine efficiency. That seems to be a-okay for me. We do have quite a bit of money left here. So I do think what we probably want to do is get some type of barbette going here. Yeah, that's actually a nice super firing pair. That actually means we can shrink the ship a little bit, or we can at a later point pick a larger tower here. So we've got the X tower. Yeah, it's a big boost to base accuracy, but let's see whether we do have the money to do that. I do want auxiliary engines and shafts. I definitely want the best armor. Definitely want the best hull protection and reinforced bulkheads. I think we should go with some torpedo protections, because I think there are going to be there are definitely going to be torpedoes in the water if they have destroyers and light cruisers. So let's make sure that we are engaging them. Long range or base? I think base is going to be much better for cost, so let's actually pick that. That I think is going to be okay. We do have 9 million or so to spare. I probably want semi-auto so that we get a little bit of better accuracy against, or well, better rate of fire, I should say. And I probably want, well, tube powder has better penetration, but I think high power TNT is going to be the more versatile because of the better high explosive damage, better normal damage, slightly better penetration, slightly lower hull weight. It is going to cost us quite a bit. But I think it's going to be okay. Let's also go to super heavy. I think that is still going to be better because the shell damage, plus 20% shell damage, is almost always kind of useful, even though it does decrease reload time. And shell velocity is not that great. Ooh, 5 inches of deck armor? No, that's crazy. Let's go down to 2.5. Even 2.5 is probably going to be excessive. We're not, I mean, this is 1920s. We're not going to be fighting at extreme ranges. No one has radar or anything. On the other hand, let's go with our typical bathtop design, I think. Let's go try this. Yeah, that's a little bit edging on the costly side there. I think we at least 120 on our conning tower and probably at least 15 on our turrets. We do have a lot of turrets here. There might be a very significant chance for flash fire. On the other hand, high power TNT reduces that a little bit. Right, we are a little bit over our monetary limit, but what we can do is we can actually drop the speed, the overall disposition over here. Displacement, I mean to say. Because that also reduces costs as our ship is... Can we just generally make it a little bit smaller? Kind of a pocket battleship vibe to it. Okay, let's move you a little bit forward. Yeah, that does work. There's now a bad overlap with this one, isn't there? Maybe a little bit to the rear here with you guys. Come on. Just free up that frontal turret. Can I place you further to the front? No. Okay, you're going to be there. Then you need to go a little bit. Come on, there. There. Yeah. Just like that. Okay, no overlap anymore. That's great to see. You guys can move in a little bit. That's okay. You've got an okay rate of fire. You've got an okay fire angle too. Move you in a little bit. Great. I like it. That does mean we have a lot of weight here to spare. That probably means that I want... Let's actually check whether we've got everything. So high power TNT. Semi-auto radio we don't need. Can't go any higher than that. We could go up a little bit over here, but I don't think we want to. Maybe double bottom. Go up against torpedoes a little bit better. But bats are generally useful. So let's go with them. We can actually go much higher in weight at lower cost. Is there anything that we want to do then? That is doing what? That is turbines actually more expensive. Okay, interesting. That makes it less expensive and less weighty. So yeah, definitely no go there. Okay, let's try to dial this up a little bit. Okay, we are now over our limit here. What we could of course do is reduce our armor scheme. That would lose us about... So it would go from plus 100 armor strength to plus 90. So it's a 10 percentage point drop, which equates to a 5% drop. So the protection goes up, yeah, but the weight is actually way too much. Yeah, we need to dial down anyway on the weight though. So if we go down to, call that 17.5. Yeah, well, it's still overweight, and the costs are okay. So yeah, I think this might be better. We do have quite a bit of an offset, so let's pull this guy. No, we actually need to move them further to the front, like such. We don't have any torpedoes, but I think that's going to be all right. Can we dial that down? Just a tiny scooch there. Okay, fine. Where can we save that little bit of money? We can actually bring down the displacement further, right? Yeah, let's actually do that. Okay, so it's a bit of an iterative process here, but I think we're going to do okay by doing it like that. Let's go a little bit over 55 million, and then we can bring down the weight further. That's nice. I like that. It does allow us to inch out a little bit in terms of our turret strength over here. I think Brother Monroe's design restriction is actually one of the harshest ones that I can see over here. Still got about 100 tons here left, so it is getting a little bit silly, but I think it's going to be alright. So if we go up again, it's probably a little bit too much, right? It's a weird displacement. Okay, let's send that to 38,000 tons if we can. No. No. It's weird that you can't set this number here by just typing it in, whereas you can set all of the other numbers doing that. Okay, you know what? I think that's fine. We are close enough to this anyway. Wait, we can probably... No, it's fine. It's going to be okay. Everything is okay, isn't it? We could have gone for batter turret rotation speed. Might be useful against some of the destroyers and such. But I think this is a good design. Can we do the forward offset here a little bit less? Ah, perfect. Okay. Like it. I like it. Let's go and let's see what we can do here with the Riga. What would actually be the Soviet prequel to that? Okay, so we are facing one gigantic battleship, a slightly smaller light cruiser here. It looks like it has 3 turrets. This guy also looks like he has 3 turrets. 2 light cruisers, don't know what they will have, and the destroyers. Well, it's fairly likely that they're going to have torpedoes. We don't see them actually for now. So yeah, let's just sail at them. Remember our deck armor isn't that great. Whereas our belt and belt extended armor I feel is kind of alright. So maybe it might make sense just to try to come in towards the enemy here quite quickly. I'm very concerned about the torpedo situation. We are not really equipped to find torpedoes very early. But we'll see. It's morning, cloudy, slight breeze. It's not the worst situation, I think. Visibility seems to be okay though, so we probably can spot them relatively early. But I think they will not be that much plunging fire. I expect... Oh, there we go. Well, I say that, and we are starting the fire here, the engagement at 14 kilometers. Okay, that's obviously their battleship. What have you got? You guys have 15-inch guns. Well, that is unfortunate. Weird design there in the rear. Smaller guns on the side. It's okay, and the super firing pair, I dislike to see that. Right, nevertheless, let's try to intercept him and come as fast towards him as possible. We have shot 2 shells here. Oh, they haven't spotted us for now. Okay, that does mean we should try to keep the range open here for a second and just use our ability. No, okay, he spotted us now. That does mean we're going to come towards him. There is presumably the battlecruiser somewhere over there, and they're shooting at us with also pretty large shells that are definitely plunging at this moment. Okay, we are weaving a little bit here. I think that's going to be alright at these distances. We actually have a fairly high chance to score a hit here, which means he probably has sort of similar chances here as well. Right, let's pause it. That's the battlecruiser. What have you got? Are we sure you are the battlecruiser? Yeah, you must be the battlecruiser. And here's the thing. You've got 9 15-inch turrets. You've got the same. Why do your guns look so much bigger then? Is that a different Mark version or something? No, it's the same gun. Okay, both of these guys do have the same gun. This is a decidedly smaller ship. And we are going to shift fire towards him, even though he's a little bit harder to hit. But he's going to definitely have much, much worse protection than the other guy. So let's turn around again. Open up on him. Someone is on the left here. That's probably going to be the light ships. Okay, there's the first damage being scored against us. But I think firing at him is probably going to disable a greater threat earlier. That's at least my thinking. Maybe we can keep away from the light ships for the moment, because they're going to send torpedoes our way, and that's just going to complicate things. We could drop down in speed, achieve a slightly better ooh. Yeah, okay. So there are the light ships. What's your torpedo range? 9.3. And on you, 6.0. Okay, the 9.3, they're going to be the slightly better version. But the 6.0, they're going to be fast, and we're going to find them very early. But that might not necessarily be the entirely best thing. Chances to hit here are fairly high. We are well within torpedo range, so they are going to open up on us now. I don't know how many torpedoes they have. We'll need to see that in a moment. Okay, that battleship is a great danger here. But so is the battlecruiser. I mean, objectively, they're putting out the same amount of damage, but the battlecruiser is probably much, much flimsier. Okay, lots of shells being fired his way now. That's good. Oh, and there's a nice first hit there. Starting a fire, but not much more yet. We'll need to see whether that develops a little bit further. Okay, interesting. You are both the... Wait a minute. You're both light ships? Ah, okay. And you are the... Okay, so the destroyers do have the longer range torpedoes. The light cruisers have the slightly older version. Okay, got it. Or not older version, probably even the more modern version. It's going to be the fast one. Yeah. What is concerning to me here is that these guys, that we are offering the broad flank here, which does mean that they have a fairly high chance of penetrating our armor if they do hit. I mean, what's our chance here? We are at 8 kilometers. Yeah, we kind of knew that. Let's actually check that. No, that looks like it's going to pass behind us. But here's the concerning thing. That's a lot of torpedoes in the water. That's going to be a huge spread. So that's 6 torpedoes. Let's actually check these guys. I do need to know. Yeah, so that's a dual torpedo launcher there. That's a triple torpedo launcher there. And then they've got a single one on each side, it seems. Yeah, so... That makes it annoying, because that means they are going to reload and shoot all the time. They're going to have a very distinct pattern. for scoring, for launching. It also means that, yeah, well, we don't know about the amount of their torpedoes, but we'll see. Right, we're extremely likely to score a hit here on the Orion, so I am going to shift fire, even though I think the battlecruiser is the better target overall. The fact that this battleship is so close, to me, indicates that we should be targeting it. And they are very likely to score hits here. And what do we know about you? Few bulkheads. That's good news. Ooh. You've got great armor. 13 inches of belt armor. That's going to be extremely difficult to pen. How fast are you? 20 kilometers. 20 knots, actually. Okay, we did score some flooding there. That's nice. And 10% damage. That's not that bad. The fact that he does have bigger guns than we is a little bit unfortunate. But we do know that they are Mark 1s, so that at least is good. And ours are going to fire a little bit more often, both because they are double turrets, whereas he is triple turrets. And we've got the various bonuses, so I think all in all it's not a bad choice that we made. Good flooding here on him. These low number of bulkheads, that is really going to work for us, but he's going to recover quite a bit of his floatability. And I think we are going to be lucky to score some hits here. It's good that he's dropping in speed. That does mean it's more likely that we're going to score more hits. And that again is going to make it more likely that he's going to suffer float damage. And at this point I really would have hoped that we had brought some torpedoes. They are weak point in armor, but overall, ouch, ouch, no, that's okay. Yeah, he's going to recover from that damage. We do have some fires here under our main bridge. But for now it's okay. Yeah, his engine is going on and off there. Okay, we do know something about your torps now, by the way. So we do know something about all of these ships. Let's briefly check. Minimum bulkheads, very low armor. What the? There's another battle. No, that's the light. That's another light cruiser there. Okay, Marvel. You guys, how many torpedoes have you normally? You've got 15, 21. You are sending out how many? 6 per salvo? Yeah, so you've got more than 3 salvos. Ugh, it's annoying. That's going to be annoying. Come on, just sink him. He's 20% floatability only. His buoyancy needs to go down to 0. And at that point, he would be dropping that. More damage there. That's good to see. I'm not sure whether that one single compartment here is going to be enough to bring that to 0, though. I'm guessing we need to penetrate that compartment here too. Which we might, but it is going to be difficult. Okay, more flooding there, engine damage, but not enough. Not enough, I think. Let's go up here on the speed. How about you guys? You've got also 24 torpedoes. It's a large number. We are being... Yeah, there we go. Great. Okay. Nice. Okay, Orion is sinking. Now, we could either start to target the destroyers, which I wouldn't mind too much, but I think Warrior is going to be the highest priority target. He's very fast. He's got 31. He's got a speed of 31. That's excessively high. But if we do score hits, we should be doing a lot of damage there against him. Yeah, well, I say that, and 153 to me does not seem like that much. That being said, we should open up the range a little bit here. I do not want that destroyer to catch up to me. Okay, engine damage flooding there, that's good. Also 75%, he's going to suffer some debuffs to his accuracy now, which is great. Don't want to open the range too much, I don't want to see plunging fire. But yeah, he's going to suffer speed loss and stability loss, which means he's less accurate. And that is going to be super useful to us. Come on. Well, how about this? I'm very worried about the destroyer here. The destroyer might actually be the greater threat at this point than this guy. But if he's emitting smoke, that does mean that we are going to have a debuff to hitting him, which again is not going to be that useful then. I think once he stops smoking, I'm going to shift fire. I think Warrior here has a lot of trouble keeping up with us. As long as he's not sending out torpedoes though, that's going to be fine. Come on, stop smoking. I think you've got 5 minutes of smoke, right? By the way, I forgot actually to mention, our score is going to be the amount of structural integrity that we have left after sinking all enemies. So that was a great hit. Let's pause it here for a second. 15% flotation. Okay, let's keep firing on him, because I'm not sure he is going to go down. He might. Yeah, he is probably going to go down. Right, okay. Let's shift towards the destroyer then. He's going to be a problem. Can shift to high explosives here. What else have we got? We've got the Bristol over there. But yeah, the Marvel really with his torps, that's going to be the main challenge here. And for now we're doing fine here. 2% damage, that's actually pretty good. Unless of course we eat a torpedo. Nice. Good hit there. He is not going to be able to recover from that quickly. In fact, I think he's probably going to fall back now. And go towards the other guy here. We're still going to continue firing on him, because as he turns, he might be deciding that he has got a good firing solution and send some torpedoes our way. So I would really love to avoid that. Specifically, this would be the moment where he can fire. He is not. He's not doing that. Okay. Okay, immediate threat does shift to being Meteor at this point. Because Meteor's slightly faster, she's going to try to catch up to us and thereby send some torpedoes our way. We don't like that. Let's try to get her. 700, nearly 800 shells should be enough to sink her, I think. Yeah, good hit there. Yeah, she's going to go down. Back to Marvel. I do know about the Bristol there. I think there was another light cruiser all the way over there at some point. I didn't quite catch that. Right, let's wheeze around over here. Try to give her a good broadside. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Come on, one of these needs to hit. Oh, too bad. Oh, someone did send out torpedoes at some point. Ah, that's harsh. That's harsh. I don't think we can avoid these. Okay, let's briefly check. What are our chances here? So, 44 knots. These are about 2.3 kilometers away. The intercept point here is 800 meters away. We are traveling 25. So, they are about twice as fast as we are. Not quite, right? So, slightly slower than that. 44 versus 25. They're almost twice as fast as we are. Up over here, that's 700 meters. 800 meters, let's call it. 2.3. I think we might be able to outrun them. Feels very uncertain. Right, let's actually check here. We have very little time to react. Yeah, but this torpedo is going to the left here of what we are doing. Okay, let's actually turn hard towards the left over here, because I want to get the rear part of the ship out of the firing line. I think the main point, yeah, he's going to be probably hitting us behind our main ship here. Behind our midpoint. Nice! Whew! Whew! Whew, that's great. Okay, and all of the destroyers are gone now. That's nice, yeah, but as I thought, there are some more torpedoes in the water here. At least one. Probably it makes the most sense to keep turning left here and start hitting the Bristol. I think we can keep it with high explosives. We're definitely going to be able to pen her doing that. Where exactly are these torpedoes coming in? Nice. Okay, I think that's easily avoided. There we go. I am curious where the last light cruiser is. I was thinking probably to the northwest here, but we're probably going to get some answer to that at some point. You did have the 6-kilometer range there, so we should be fine. You shouldn't be able to do too much to us. Yeah, there we go. Great hit, blowing off half of the ship there, basically. The front of the ship is completely on fire there. Let's do keep our distance a little bit more. I would not like to run into any torpedoes. Although I think at this point it's unlikely that they could catch us. I'm going to keep the high speed here, because that is, at this point, our best protection. Yeah, his speed must be suffering dramatically, and I think he's not going to be able to survive that. So we can accelerate a little bit more here. He's in no position to intercept. Great damage there. Let's actually try to find them over there. We're still at 98%, which is a fantastic result if we can keep that up. Stop it! He has sent some torpedoes into the water. Right, hard right turn. Let's try to turn away from him. We can't see them now, but they are fast torpedoes. So we have a much lower... We can see that, sense them earlier, but we're going to have a much lower reaction time to truly find our way out of the pickle there. Yeah, okay, that's great. How fast are these? See, they are quite a bit faster there. Right, I do see shells coming in from there. That's okay. Right, I think this guy's going down anyway. Let's wait for his torpedoes to pass us, and then we're going to sail towards the west there. Yeah, I think we can risk it now. Good, there we go. Let's accelerate time here. Still at 98%. I like that. Right, probably a challenge is going to be that we are going to spot him relatively late, at which point he might still be sending torpedoes our way. Yeah, there we go. Okay, for now that's okay. Let's actually select him, because I want to see when he launches torpedoes. Yeah, he's also emitting smoke, so we have a very low ability here to actually score hits. Let's do a turnaround here, because I am worried about torpedoes. If we do go this way, he basically has a perfect shot on us, and that I dislike. Also, we have like 3 turrets to our rear, so that is very promising to start hitting him. Where are your torpedo tubes anyway? All underwater, I presume. Can't see them on the diagram over here at least. Okay, let's keep the distance open a little bit. No torpedoes so far, but he's only 5.6 kilometers away, and we know that their torpedoes are fast. That being said, I'm not sure he's gonna survive the hail of 14-inch gunfire here. Yeah, nice. And as long as we are changing course every now and then, I think we're gonna be alright. Okay, 10 guns. Should be able to wreck him. 98%. I'm very pleased with this design, actually. Come on. I mean, some of the design issues, like the super long range and so on, that's bollocks. And the costs are, of course, an issue. But overall, I think this is relatively good. I mean, some secondaries wouldn't hurt. Some torpedo tubes wouldn't hurt either. They might have disrupted some of the destroyer attacks on us a little bit more, which would have been fantastic. But frankly, I think this is looking rather good for us at 98%. Structural integrity left, apparently here at least, at the end of the game. What I perceive to be the end of the game, because we are 5 kilometers away from him, and we have kind of big shells that really should be wrecking and tearing him apart. Because we can go to auto here. Yeah, we're actually over-penning him, so no, I am going to go back to high explosives. He's too close though, he's too close. I cannot risk that he's going to send some torpedoes our way. And we do have the ammo. I mean, we just burned, I think, 300 shells or so for all of the destroyers and the other light cruiser. Yeah, seems like he's going down anyway. So that's great. 98%, a little bit over an hour maybe, or around an hour probably. No, he's going to recover his floating. No, he's not. He's definitely not going to recover from that. Great. Oh, we lost another percent there. 97%. Almost perfect score though. I like to see that. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Do check out the other videos. You'll find a link to their videos down in the description. Do leave a like and all of that, and I hope to see you around next week for another Taskmaster Tuesday. Bye bye.